Aaron, it's very dark here at Romsey, but the good news is Southampton are through to the third round of the Women's FA Cup. We'll talk about a lot of the game in a moment, but just your initial reaction, how pleased are you?
I'm over the moon. So, I mean, 1-0 down with 3 seconds left to go in extra time. I'd have taken penalties all day. It was a scrappy game. It wasn't a nice game of football. You know, the pitch here at Romsey took a bit of a battering yesterday, and you know, Milton Keynes have come down and they've tried to play football on it. We've tried to play football on it, and the ball's all over the show. So it wasn't a nice game to watch, which is, you know, for us it's a shame because we want to play nice football, but sometimes you have to dig out the results. And I think today was a day of defences.
Of course, as well, you should say wasn't the best of games, but it was very even between the two sides. Considering MK Dons, they play in the league above, they showed elements of their quality. They were trying to get to the ball quicker. Did you think that it was going to be something, just a slight edge that was going to nick it today?
You could tell. I mean, first half I think we were on top. Second half they were on top. For most of the half, so they're the league above. They're going to be better, you know. They're going to be used to playing better teams, better players, higher intensity, and we knew that, and that's why we really want to push this season to play a good intensity. So when we come up against teams like MK, that we're used to that intensity level. So today was amazing for us to come out at half time, you know, having played so well in the first half and not really played our game because we couldn't get the ball down, we couldn't pass the ball on this pitch, to be honest, today. So we sort of had to come up with a plan B. And MK, the same with them. Like, you know, they're a good team. We played them last year, and they're a very good team. And they keep the ball well. They use it really well. They've got some very, very dangerous players, and they've made some good signings. Charlie's made this season, so they were strong, and we knew that. But yeah, I'm chuffed. I'm absolutely exhausted, and I just don't know what's going on, if I'm honest.
Did you think as well, considering how close you were to nicking it in normal time, that last gasp effort that was just grazed past the goal? The keeper made a great save in that sort of second minute, like 92 minutes gone. Did you think that's it gone? Especially when they took the lead in that extra time. Yeah, that was when you start to really miss chances. But you know, I'll be honest, like, we didn't deserve. Really, we played okay, defended wise. I mean, defending Rose, Kelly Warren and Gracie White all need a little bit of a mention because defensively we were solid. Milton Keynes, the league above, great players. They didn't really look like scoring against us. But on the other end, we weren't really creating those chances that we normally create. So it's, you know, it is a bit of a shame to say that the best chance we had was in the 93rd minute, but that just shows you what the game was like. But sometimes you can't play nice football and win games, and unfortunately today was one of those games, and we had to dig in and come up with a plan B. And you know, a few weeks ago we wouldn't be able to do that against a team in the league above. So yeah, chuffed. And yeah, luckily we didn't really that missed chance, and the penalties were very composed as well. In that game, when the team went 1-0 down, what was the messages that you were trying to get across? Because at half time and extra time, you don't have long to get the message across to the team. What was that? What were you trying to convey?
We changed our shape, which was the first thing, and then we just sort of said, like, you know, the goal they scored was the girl's run down the left wing and she's crossed it and it's gone over the keeper's head and in the back post, you know, and she said after that it was a cross, and you know, cross or shot doesn't matter, it's gone in and we didn't deal with it. But I think since then we looked a lot more solid. Second half of extra time we played really well. It's difficult, isn't it? The clock's ticking down, the players are going down, trying to waste time, and we get that's part of football. God, we'd do the same thing. So yeah, it was trying just not to get frustrated and just keep going and keep going and keep going, and it will come. And, you know, 2 seconds before the end it did come, luckily, thanks to Lauren Cheshire.
Yeah, Chesh there with you. Sometimes you need something special, and the skipper, she stepped up today and she provided something almighty special, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing about it for a little bit, for a while.
Yeah. I can guarantee you that's going to happen. But you know, she's worked hard tirelessly on that wing against one of their best players, and then 2 seconds to go she's put the ball down about 35 yards out. You know, we've loaded the box, the goalkeeper's come up for the cross, and you're thinking, please just put it in a good position or a good area that we can attack, and she's picked out the top corner. So fantastic. I mean,
what a captain and what a leader as well. You know, girls are getting down, we're 1-0 down, there's 2 seconds to go, and some of the players' heads are dropping, and, you know, as staff we're trying to raise the players up, but we can't do that on the pitch. And Chesh and, you know, Kelly as the vice captain, the two of them today were outstanding, getting the other players' heads up and saying, you know, believe in yourself, it will come. And yeah, that's what's happened.
And then came the penalties. Was it predetermined who would take those 5 and before the game?
Ask Jane. It was. It was, yeah. We sort of organised it, not before the game, but before the penalty shootout. It was organised, and then there was a little bit of a change, but they've then changed back to what it was originally. But again, we just said to them, pick a place and go for it. Don't change your mind. That's the worst thing you can do. But, you know, I've got a special mention to Craig, the goalie coach, and Rose, who did their homework this week on MK, because MK had penalties last week. And, you know, that, without any shadow of a doubt, the homework they done this week has put them in good stead today. And the first 3 penalties they had, I think we saved 2 of them, or Rose saved 2 of them, because she did her homework. And that's what you want. You want to be a better player, and you want to push to play at a high level. You've got to do that sort of stuff. And Rose has done that this week with Craig, and it's all come about. And we've won the penalty shootout because she's done her homework, and because the players that have taken the penalties, even the ones that were missed, have stepped up and taken one. I hate taking penalties. You know, the nervousness of it. The whole crowd around the goal must have been horrendous to walk from the halfway line, pick the ball up, walk to the halfway line, take a penalty in this sort of environment with that pressure. So fair play to all of them for doing it.
And now, of course, it's into the 3rd round. You're 1 round away from the big guns. Who do you want in this 3rd round?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. I've just heard that Crawley have lost, Chai have lost, so those 2 are out. So there's going to be teams from Tier 4 other than us. I think Saints are 1-0 up at the minute. So it's good that there's a mixture of Tier 4, Tier 3 teams going into the draw, because you don't just want Tier 3 teams. It's good to have a Tier 4 team going into the draw. Like last year when Crawley were Tier 4, they were absolutely, you know, demolishing their league, went into the draw and got Arsenal. And that was, you know, they beat Chai on the way, which we won't have to talk about. But they got Arsenal. What a great day out for them it was. And that's all we want. We just, you know, the next round, I think it's at 11:30 tomorrow, isn't it, the draw? We'll see who we get. But I don't really care. I have no idea. I want to wait. I'm sure you're sick of doing programmes, and I'm sick of writing up the notes. And we need to give this pitch a rest, because we've been at home every week, I think, for the last 10 years. It feels like it. But I think let's just get who we get. We'll prepare for it, and just let the girls enjoy today, because it's been hard work this week preparing for this game, and they fully deserve the win.